What is up today, my More Squad? We are back with episode 18 of Talk More Sports, hosted by me, your main man, Hudson Moore. All right, y'all. So it's been a crazy week of football, track and field, and we got some boxing coming up tomorrow, Saturday night on Netflix. So we got a lot to talk about, so we're just going to dive right into it. All right, y'all? So this past Monday Night Football was the Chicago Bears versus the Minnesota Vikings, with making his first starting debut after a year of being injured, J.J. McCarthy at quarterback. And I have to say, J.J. McCarthy, oh my goodness. Seriously, three straight touchdown drives in the fourth quarter to seal the game. Because I'm going to be honest, I'm going to be for real. Looking at the Bears, the first half, they it looked like a brand new Chicago team. I mean, seriously, like with the addition of Ben Johnson now being the head coach after that amazing offensive mind he has from the Lions, and now coming into this year, first half of the game, I'm thinking, man, this Caleb Williams looks so much better than his first year. You still got DJ Moore, you got Roma Dunze, you got DeAndre Swift. You rebuilt the offensive line, right? Which is what you needed after taking 68 sacks, third most all time in Super Bowl era. And I thought, wow, these Bears, they can do some damage this season. And look at the Vikings, where a lot of people weren't too surprised just because, nobody was really blaming J.J. McCarthy. I mean, it's his first game after being out for an entire year, right? Because this is official rookie season. But boy, did he turn things around in that fourth quarter. Three straight touchdown drives, like I said in the beginning. And the Chicago Bears and Caleb Williams looked like the same old Bears and Caleb Williams in that second half. Oh my goodness! Because I'm gonna read some stats I like. Point spreadsheet. First quarter, 0-7, Chicago. Second quarter, 6-3, Minnesota. Then third quarter, 0-7, Chicago again. But then fourth quarter, 21 points by the Minnesota Vikings and only 7 by Chicago Bears. Man, I'm looking at this Minnesota team with JJ McCarthy, and again looking at his stats: 13 for 20, 143 yards passing, one TD, well, two TDs, one passing TD, and one rushing TD, and pick six. But it's his first game, and I'm thinking to myself, man, you still got Justin Jefferson on your team. You got Jordan Addison, who is serving a 4-day, no, 4-game suspension, right? Still got Aaron Jones. You got a solid offensive line. You got T.J. Hawkins, and you got that stellar defense, and you got a great head coach. So, man, JJ McCarthy was the biggest question mark going into the season. Like, can the Minnesota Vikings do something this season, even with a rookie quarterback? And I got to say, looking at JJ McCarthy, the kid's got fire in him. Like, he's got fire. And man, this Minnesota Vikings team, it's going to be something special this year. Now, I don't think they're going to take it all the way. Playoffs for sure, but NFC Championship, I don't think so. I just don't think so just yet, unless JJ McCarthy could do something spectacular where he just goes off kind of not like a Sam Darnold, but half like a Sam Darnold. I think if he can even do what half of what Sam Darnold did last season, then there's a conversation. Right now, there's okay. But again, we know Minnesota Vikings, as great as they are in the regular season, they're not so great in the postseason. Even though they can put up any kind of points in the regular season, they struggle a lot, even with Kirk Cousins and Sam Darnold, and with a great team around them, they still couldn't get the job done. So I don't know how much different JJ could be, which I'm hoping he's a difference maker, but you never know. But again, big shout out to JJ McCarthy, man. Like this, he has put the NFL on notice with this performance, especially in his first game, how bad he looked in the first half, and then in the second half, that fourth quarter, holy God. Oh my goodness, seriously, that was insane. I'm so glad I watched that game all the way till the end because I got a little bored towards the end of the third quarter because it looked like Bears were going to run away with it. And I'm like, well, it looks like Bears and Caleb Williams are going to have a good season. But boy, Jim McCarthy was like, hold on, wait a minute, and he did. But Caleb Williams, man, this is so disappointing. I feel like there are only a few teams in the NFL who are truly just cursed at the quarterback position. Like who are just truly, truly cursed. Like they can just never find the right guy to lead them. And that is the Cleveland Browns, the New York Jets, and the Chicago Bears. Like I truly feel like those three organizations just will never ever find that quarterback they need just to even get them to the playoffs, just to the playoffs. Now I know some Cleveland Brown fans out there watching like, whoa, the Browns were just in the playoffs not that long ago. I'm like, true, but I mean, first time in a long time, right? Let's be honest. Like it's not like you guys regularly go to the playoffs every single year. So let's just set that straight as well. So Chicago Bear, Cleveland Browns, and New York Jets, they just struggle finding the quarterback. And you think with Chicago, with the kind of quarterback they have of Caleb Williams, and how they kind of rebuilt the team around him, especially what they should have done with Justin Fields for 3 years, but they didn't. But what you did with Caleb, his rookie year last year, in just 6 months, there's really no excuse for this dude. Now, I will say this still. I mean, every organization is different. Some organizations are just, it just starts from the top, right? Like, it's not even the players, it's just the organization, it's the team itself that's just in a slump. Sometimes it's not the player, it's just the organization itself, unfortunately. But for Caleb Williams, though, I will say this. I appreciate the fact that he never wants to get sacked, especially after looking at him in this game where I know some people are like, well, he got sacked 68 times. True, but also look at half those sacks. He ran for his dear life, and after a while, you're gonna get gassed. You're gonna get tired from all that running, so you're eventually gonna get caught. But for at least him, he's always gonna make sure he never gives him a chance and never gives him an opportunity to get sacked. So I love how sometimes, even when we knows he should get just take the sack, he'll be like, "Nah, I got it. Like I'm gonna keep running, dance around a little bit, try to open up the play, open up the field." And unfortunately, it doesn't happen a lot for him. But I still respect the fact he's trying to give his team still a winning chance. But it just, I don't know. I just don't know about the Chicago Bears. And again, it's Ben Johnson's first game, right? It's still the first week. Well, now it's officially the second week, but again, it was only the first week, and there's still 16 games left. So for Chicago Bears fans out there listening, don't lose all hope. There's still 16 games left out there, right? And again, it's Ben Johnson's first game, his first game. And again, he looked fantastic the first half. First half, I'm like, man, this could really be a different Bears team. And unfortunately, things happen. But again, don't lose faith. I mean, again, it's still the first game. Don't get discouraged just yet. Just yet. Just don't. All right? So keep your heads up high, Chicago Bears. So you never know. You never know what could happen, right? And just yesterday was the Thursday night football matchup, which, in my opinion, was the second biggest game of week two, which was the Green Bay Packers against the Washington Commanders, with the second game appearance of Micah Parson in his second debut with the Green Bay Packers. I gotta be honest, as much as I wanted this to be a great game, I knew it wasn't gonna be. Packers just ran all over Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders. Man, Micah Parson is just making already a big difference already on that defense with only being his second game. Second game. And I gotta be honest, as great as Buffalo Bills look, I think Green Bay might be the best football team. And might be the best completed football team. Because what I'm looking at right now, first week against your division rivals, Detroit Lions, we know what the Detroit Lions have been the last 2 years, so we thought this was going to be a great matchup, but boy, did Green Bay run all over them. And then going into this week against Commanders, right? Another great team who was just in the NFC Championship last season. And again, you have a sensational quarterback you're going up against with a very good offense around him, and the defense just runs all over them. I mean, as much as I wanted it to be a great game and I wanted my boy Jalen Daniels to win it, I knew Green Bay, Micah Parson. I mean, you just rewatch the highlights. Look how much of a difference Micah is on that field. Even when he's not making a sack or making a tackle, like just his presence alone, it's just like you have to have a 2-3 man on him just to keep him away from Jaden Daniels. And that just opens up for the rest of the D linemen to go after him. So, yeah, looking at this Green Bay, and again, on the offensive side, right? You got Jordan Love, who's looking pretty solid. You got Roma Dunze. You got the rookie sensation wide receiver Matthew Golding. You got what's his name? What's his name from the running back from Los Angeles from the Raiders? Excuse me, I'm forgetting his name. His name will come up to me, but still, the fact that they got such a good offense around him as well, it's just it's amazing to know how well Josh Jacobs, right? Josh Jacobs. They acquired him from the Raiders 2 seasons ago, and look how well he's doing now. So you look at this Green Bay team; they're so completed. And with Matt LaFleur as the head coach, great offensive mindset too. So yeah, looking at this Green Bay team, they look for real. They look honest to God for real. I think they can go all the way this year. And I hate saying that because again, I'm a diehard Seahawks fan. The one of the last teams I ever want to see win a Super Bowl is a Green Bay, right? And I hate the fact that if we were to go to playoffs, we most likely would play up against them. And they just look so good this season. Now it's only week two, right? But these last two games, man, they've really put on a clinic. It's gone against two great teams who were both in the playoffs last year, right? Because we look at this Lions team last season. If they weren't injured, I think we all knew they would have been in the Super Bowl and probably would have won the whole thing. And then you look at Washington Commanders, look how well they were with a rookie quarterback last year. And you don't think they could do the same thing this year again? And look what Packers did to both of them in just 2 weeks. And again, that's another thing. Well, I think Green Bay is the best team right now in the league. Because the fact you've gone up against two teams like that back to back already, it, that's putting the team on notice. That's putting the whole league on notice. So to me, it's Green Bay's the number one team right now. And unless my mind gets changed otherwise by Buffalo, Baltimore, Kansas City, one of these other teams, Green Bay looks like the number one team in the NFL right now. I mean, honestly, I mean, you go up against the Lions and Commanders back to back weeks, and you put up 27 plus points on them each game. And while defensive wise, even though Commanders they had 20 plus points, still they let them have the last touchdown though. So yeah, Green Bay looks legit this season. I'm very excited. Well, okay, not excited, but it'll be fun to at least see Micah Parsons, see what he does with Green Bay. I'm so happy we're not playing against them. I am so happy we're not playing against them. Thank the Lord this wasn't last season. Oh my God. If it was, don't get me started. Don't get me started. So I'm very excited to see what this week 2 has in store for our Seattle Seahawks going up against Steelers in Pittsburgh against DK Metcalf, our former wide receiver. So that is going to be interesting. I'm so excited to see what our Seahawks defense can do against Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf. And make sure you stay tuned for Monday's show as we talk with Christopher Kidd from 93.3 KGR Seattle Sports as we break down that game against the Pittsburgh Steelers with the Seattle Seahawks. And some news for you, for my track and field people out there. Just in, 21-year-old sprinting sensation Erriyon Kighton has officially been banned for the next 4 years due to a substance ban with a meat product he had consumed about a season ago, or at least about 8, 9 months ago. And he has officially been banned for 4 years, so he will miss the 2028 LA Olympics, and he will not be eligible to run track professionally until July of 2029. And by that time, or at least by the 28 Olympics, he will be 24 years old. 24 years old. Now, I am not going to get all into details about this because, again, there's a whole lot surrounding this case. I don't know everything about it, I don't have all the details, but still, 4 years. This for all my track and field people out there, remember when this kid at 18 years old ran a 19.49 and took a bronze at the World Championships at 18 years old? Youngest sprinter of all time to win a world medal, and then also you ran 19.49. 18 years old, and now you're 21, still looking great. And the fact that at 28 Olympics, you're going to be only 24 years old, and you've been to back Olympics in Tokyo and now just last year in Paris, and you're only 21 years old. And again, I don't know the whole story. I don't know if he accidentally ate some meat product with some substance or this is all just a big excuse. I don't have all the facts, but it's just weird to me to know like whether it was on accident. I'm like, well, what meat did he have and what meat did he consume that had this substance in it? Or if not, you're such a moron for lying about this and just take the responsibility like a man. But either way, I don't have all the facts, so I can't say, they're in the wrong for banning him or he's in the wrong for lying because I don't know. I truly don't know. This whole scenario since it all first came out is so weird to me. And it's unfortunate in the end that he's the one being banned for 4 years. 4 years. Now, the positive side of it is you're only 24 years old, and that can give you a lot of training. But the downside though is the mental game. Because as a former track athlete, former collegiate track athlete, that that long time away from sport has a lot of mental effect on you, especially in the sport of track and field. It's one of the biggest mental games of all sports. It truly is. And so the fact that you're going to be out for 4 years, never actually running or competing for the next 4 years, 4 years, 4 years, your mentality is going to be so much different. And either it will drive you to be better than you ever have before, especially when you're going into your prime, or you're just going to take a big nosedive and everybody's just going to forget about you, unfortunately. So I don't know. I don't have all the facts, but I just, I hope he learns from this to make sure he's careful with whatever he puts in his body, wherever he gets his stuff from. Like he makes sure he takes care of himself because, again, in the world of track and field, your career it's just a small margin. Like it could be such a small margin of your life. Whereas in football and basketball, you can have a very longevity career. But for track, it's a very short span window of how well you can succeed. And the fact that he's had so much accomplished already, just at 21 years old, when he first started at 18 years old, it's already amazing. But also that's the fact of like you could have another good solid 8 to 10 years left of this, but now you're going to lose almost half of that because God knows what you did or what you knew. So it's unfortunate, and I hope he learns from this and he gets better because I would love to see him back in 2029 at the World Championships right after the Olympics. I would love to see him back. Nice little comeback story, right? So I hope if he's listening out there, I wish you nothing but the best. We'll miss you for the next 4 years. You've done so many amazing things at just 21 years old. You make me a little jealous as a sprinter and a former sprinter. I'm like, damn, I would love at 18 years old, 21 years old to be running a 1949. But hey, hats to you, my man. I wish nothing but the best for you, but please take care of yourself. We would love to see you back in 4 years. Before we end today's show, as I said in the beginning, tomorrow on Netflix will be Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Bud Crawford in the Super Middleweight Championship. Okay. Again, I'm not gonna go too much depth into this, but I got Terence Bud Crawford winning this fight. And honestly, I think they're gonna go distance. I would like to see a KO. If I'm looking at this fight, I'm looking at it as a fight where if it goes to the ninth round, between the ninth to the 11th round, I'm seeing it being a KO, whether it be Terence or Canelo. But if it doesn't, I'm seeing it go to a split decision. I don't see this being a unanimous. I see it being a split decision. But if they make it to a ninth round, I see a lot more fire in the fighters. Like I'm going to see some big hits, maybe a KO from one or another. But I got Terence Bud Crawford in this fight. And I'm so excited. The fact that it's going to be on Netflix, so we don't have to pay per view it. Oh my God, this is going to be a great fight tomorrow. So make sure you all stay tuned. I'm going to give a little shout out on my TikTok after the fight, depending on the results and who wins. But man, it's going to be a great fight. I'm so excited to watch that. Oh man, cannot wait. Cannot wait to see this fight tomorrow. I want to thank everybody out there for listening. Comment down below. What do you think about the Green Bay Packers, Washington Commanders, right? What do you think about the NFL after week 2? What do you think about your teams, how they're looking, how they're going to get better or worse, depending on your perspective, right? Let me know for my track and field people. What do you think about Aaron Knight? How do you feel about this whole situation that just came out today? How do you feel, will this make him better or make him worse? Comment down below. And comment down below, especially who you think is going to win the fight tomorrow. Will it be Canelo Alvarez or will it be Terence Bud Crawford? All right? Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe down below. Subscribe to my channel. We're trying to get these numbers up. Come on, follow my journey, and let's bring more voices to this world of sports media, please. All right. So thank you for all watching. Stay tuned for tomorrow's episode. Stay tuned for tomorrow's episode, and make sure you stay tuned for Monday's episode as I break down with Christopher Kidd about the Seattle Seahawks and Pittsburgh Steelers. And with that being said, we'll be back with more next time.